Hello everyone, how's it going? It's me, Jaylene, also known as Femme4. I wanted to put on my little cat ears today, meow, in solidarity with a community that is both widely popular but also widely misunderstood. But first, to understand more about your sexuality, hit the subscribe button below. Today we're talking about furries, my friends. I'm going to be covering 3 key things. Number 1, what is a furry? Number 2, furry versus furry fetish. And lastly, number 3, why do people like being a furry? Number 1, what is a furry? Furries are people who identify on a spectrum with an animalistic character. It is almost, in a sense, personifying human traits with non-human entities. In this case, animals. A big word to describe this particular type of personification of an animal is described as anthropomorphism, which furries kind of use this sort of psychological outlook and ideas about themselves and kind of adopt it to suit their own character. There is a small subset population in the furry community that self-identify as Therians. These are people who have this strong belief that they are either A, not 100% human, or that they were an animal in their previous life. Therians truly think that their furry self is their true spirit, rather than most furries who step into their animalistic, i.e. furry character when they see fit. This is kind of like the same kind of spectrum of those who have a kink identity. Some see it as a core of their being, embodying a degree of it almost 24/7. Or maybe you're someone like me who likes putting on their dominatrix hat from time to time. However, I do not believe it's the entity of who I am. Looking at a study that was done in 2020 by the furry community, about 556 participants in it showed overall the average age of furries being about 28 years old, but with most of the population being under the age of 25. And even though this community of furries is huge, there are so many conventions that are across the world and so many online communities that do share this particular lifestyle. About 70% of people have said they told no one in their lives about their cute little furry selves due to the fear of judgment. Now that I have all those fun little facts sorted, why is a sex coach like me discussing furries? As this community is not all about kinky playtime and leashes for those bad puppies. This community, as I have mentioned, is a place of belonging and connection for many of those in those lifestyle. No sex needed. But that brings me to number 2. Furries versus furry fetish. Let's make it simple here for the furries who aren't into the furry fetish. They are bringing out a side or identity of themselves to play without the idea of sexual excitement being involved. They're simply enjoying being in their furry suit and persona, and that feels good enough for them. Furry fetish, on the other hand, is people who are part of the furry community who like to mix both their sexual lifestyle with the anthropomorphism of their furry character. In other words, they like fucking while they have the idea that they are in their animal selves. Now, if you do not have a furry fetish and you're watching this video, or you do have a furry fetish and you have this fear that it's not normal, as a sex coach, this word does not exist in my vocabulary, but I know it does exist in a lot of other people's fears. I wanted to share some pretty mainstream sex toys that you can find in most sex shops that do have a very heavy furry influence. Number 1, a butt plug with a tail. Number 2, ears or an animal mask. Number 3, a leash and collar. These items are not exclusive to just furry fetish and pet play. It also is very much used in domination and submissive dynamics. Like I say, furry fetish can be widely misjudged and ostracized. It's on a very, very huge spectrum. Putting on some cat ears and giving little meows in bed, to putting on a full-on furry suit during your erotic play. If you are someone with a furry fetish and you're looking for a non-judgmental space to grow confidence and feel okay about enjoying your authentic furry selves during sexy time, be sure to reach out to me for a one-on-one coaching call. I offer free intro calls to those who are interested in seeing if my coaching program is a good fit for them. You can head to my website below to book your free call now. But alas, the last question and most important, number 3. Why do people like being a furry? In addition to all the beautiful community aspects that this community and furry fandom does provide, being a furry is simply a piece of identity that someone may feel a kinship or a connection to that is basically based on their vastly unique and personal experiences of both themselves and their outer world. Just as how I like to work with my clients about gaining confidence in their sexual identity, being a furry can play into an identity of themselves, whether it's their playful identity, their youthful identity, their primal identity, or as we just discussed, their sexual identity. Everyone's personalities contain so many unique categories. Those are only just a few. And I always like to say that the beholder of these categories and characteristics know best of how to appraise them accordingly. If you're having some struggles with either connecting to your sexual identity or your sexual persona that you have this natural attraction towards emulating, my door is open for you to grow more understanding about what exactly is holding you back and how we can also work together with me as your coach on how to move you forward a little bit more confidently, stepping into your authentic sexuality. Book your free call now to start things off to see if my coaching programs are going to be a good fit for you. As well, be sure to like and subscribe to support the Femme4th community. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. It's me, Femme4th. Mwah!